I think we got a problem, got a problem.
Let's go. Get up. Stack club, baby. You hear that? We can't sit down to that. Okay.
Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy, Sheik Luch, LOXD Block, Silverback. Hey, yo, right now I need to shout out the ISUPK classes.
I want to give a huge, big, humongous shout out to all the UPK schools.
We can't sit down to that.
Shout out to Black Watch, hosted by General Johanna. Word, I need y'all to check out Cross the Line Radio as well, man. They've been open all week from 7 to 9. They ain't shut down because of the corona, the COVID, and all that. They rockin' strong, you know what I mean?
Think we got a problem, but really it ain't though. It's one of me and these bitches, I count about 3, 4. Think we got a problem, but homie just all talk. He ain't gon' pop a balloon with a pitchfork. Think we got a problem in the club with this dog. Rude boys, dogs, ladies, everybody.
Always sip on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone while I'm riding strap on my chrome. Always sip on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone while I'm riding strap on my chrome.
Been out of these streets, nigga trying to eat while the police on family stealing from me. I'm mama told me to pray, but white Jesus can't save me. Get him away from me. I don't know what to say. So many niggas hating me. Get him away from me.
Always sip on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone while I'm riding strap on my chrome. Always sip on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone while I'm riding strap on my chrome.
Always sip on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone while I'm riding around with my chrome. Always sip on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone while I'm riding around with my chrome. Trying to keep it on the true side, nigga. Laying low to play it cool, nah, nigga. Ass niggas on the team, I've been known to get the green ever since I was 2-5, nigga. Coop hanging out the roof, nah, nigga. Cause I ain't stunting on them. Put my whole team on so they ain't wantin'. When niggas doing bad, you know that they be hating on you. Get to hoping that you fall, they be waiting on it. Bullshit get bread from the envy. Best friends get to looking like enemies. When you got it in this bank account empty. Perfect recipe to breed a lot of jealousy. Looking from a bird's eye view. Learn from everything I've been through. Told my baby girl, if you ain't spending life with the nigga, never let him put a dick up in you. Cause if a nigga wrong, I'ma check that shit. And when you paper long, never flex that shit. Told my son, when you getting money, never trick it to a bop and flip it over, then invest that shit. Give a lot of game, trying to bless my kid. Gotta keep it real, that's the best shit. Got hitters up in Philly, back in Texas. When I get up on the track, yeah, I wreck shit.
Always sip on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone while I'm riding strap on my chrome. Always sip on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone while I'm riding strap on my chrome.
Always sip on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone while I'm riding around with my chrome. Always sip on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone while I'm riding around with my chrome.
Alright, y'all. We about to start this thing up, man, and get it popping. Alright? Y'all already know what it is, man. Look, get in here, share this joint, and so that we can get the word out, alright? So we can get the word out. Alright. me see who's in here. All right, nobody's in here. Oh, so I hope I'm up on the right one. Yeah, right. All right, no sweat. All right, so let's get into tonight's Brotherhood class. We on that online classes.
Sir.
RSBK online, Facebook too.
Checking now.
Let me see something real quick. Give me a second, y'all. I want to check something. I'm gonna check the feed real quick. Okay, yeah, it is showing that we live. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, okay, so we are live. All right, no sweat. All right, so we just got brothers is taking time to get in here. All right, while you come. All right, Most High in Christ. So look, when we get the class today is going to be Brotherhood and Sisterhood endure forever, right? Because we need Brotherhood and Sisterhood. Why do we need to keep saying it? We need to keep saying it because brothers can't get it through their head, man. Hold on, let me get this other chair. There we go. All right, yeah, because brothers need to get it through their head and sisters need to get it through their head too. So we not continually saying this and it's just going in one ear and out the damn other. That's the point why we have this class every damn week. All right, Jerome Gunazak. All right, Jerome. That's Richmond. Yeah, Richmond. Princess Mashara. All right, Princess Mashara. All right, Killeen, Texas. All right, in the building. You already know what it is. We got Itara. All right. And you know what I'm saying, whoever else coming here, you know what I'm saying? Like, so Brotherhood and Sisterhood, that's what we're going into today. I want to open this floor up for any questions that anybody may have. And we'll get it on. All right. Anybody got any questions? Y'all good?
So far.
All right, no sweat.
I got somebody who's asking.
Yeah, I wanted to get you that one scripture though first. First Peter, what was that? First Peter, I believe it's 3. Let me check this real quick, y'all. First Peter 3 and 1. First Peter 3 and 1. So somebody got the microphone?
Okay.
All right, no sweat. First Peter 3 and 1. This for the brother in the class. Brother in the class said that his red pushed him, you know what I'm saying, to get up in this truth. You know what I'm saying? She was the one that was, like really pushing him to get in the class. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to read the brother this scripture right here.
Want me to read it?
Yeah, you got it, warrior.
The book of First Peter, chapter 3, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands.
Right. So to be in subjection is to listen, man. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times, like when a woman here today, like subjection, they look at it like, what do you mean? I mean, it's like they look at it like it's something that's foreign. Like when I look back at my grandmother and grandfather, my grandmom, she was in subjection to my grandfather. You get my point? Like she knew like say we wanted to stay the night, she'd be like, hold on, let me talk to your grandfather first. Right. You know what I'm saying? She wouldn't just be like, yeah, y'all can stay here. And then he come home from work and he like, well, what the hell are all these kids in here for? You know what I mean? She would wait and she would, check with him first, and it's just like, if our women were in more subjection to their men, then you wouldn't have a lot of men that are Jehovah's Witnesses. Why are brothers Jehovah's Witness? Because while he was at work, his rib let a Jehovah's Witness in the house. And now when he get home, she like, hey, we going to the temple tonight. You know what I mean? He like, whoa, what's going on? You know what I mean? She like, yeah, I was talking to this person and they told me about all the wonderful things that Jehovah is going to do when he returned. Right. And now this brother's in the temple and this brother's out there with his red standing on the damn corner with the what's that paper, that little paper they had?
Watchtower.
Yeah, the watchtower. You don't know how the hell you got there. but it was because your wife wasn't in subjection. Right. You know, you want to, brothers, you know, sisters that's in this truth, you want to make sure that you are in subjection to your husband. You understand? Like the scripture said right here. Keep reading.
Excuse me, Salaki. If any obey not the word,
and this is talking about, you know, the husband. You know what I mean? If he don't obey the word, read on.
They also may without the word be won by the conversation.
What does that mean? What does that mean? If any obey not the word, they also may without the word.
So that's talking to the husband, you said?
Yeah, it's talking to the husband, but what it's saying here, it says, if any obey not the word, right? They also may, without the word, be won by the conversation of the wise. Meaning, like, you got a brother, if a sister is with a brother that doesn't follow the scriptures, doesn't follow the commandments or anything like that, and he's not in the truth, that brother can be won over by the conversation of the wife, by what she learns in class and come home and tell him. You know what I'm saying? Like, she might just talk to him like, yeah, you know what I mean? We learned about this. You know, we the Israelites, Christ is black, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, tell me more about this cult you're in. You get my point? And then that's what'll win that brother over. You know what I'm saying? He can be won by the conversation of the wife. All right? All right, so that's the only scripture I have for you, boy. Wow. All right, so we got Vanessa Vega. Princess how she treats him, right? And how she talks to him, she can win him over, right? That's what the sister said. And she is absolutely right. Yeah, the sister's absolutely right. She said, yeah, how she treats him and how she talks to him, she can win him over, right?
Shit like that, shit like that, shit like that, shit like that, shit like that.
So we're gonna go on to the topic, all right? So the topic is brotherhood. Y'all can feel free to ask your questions about brotherhood and sisterhood. You know what I mean? And if you really got a question on topic, then you know what I'm saying, you can call in and ask the question. All right? We'll do that. All right? Let me go to Leviticus 19:7. Let's get it here in the law. Leviticus 19:7. Whenever a brother get it.
I got it.
All right, no sweat. You got it, warrior.
The book of Leviticus.
19 and 17. I'm
19
sorry.
19 and 17.
Yeah, 19 and 17.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
Mm-hmm. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart, or thy sister in thy heart, right? All right, go ahead.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
Right, so meaning that you can't hate your brother or your sister, but you can rebuke your brother or sister, which means like correct them. You know what I mean? On what's right according to the law. That's what you can do. So if you see your brother going off, if you see like your brother, eating pork, or, you see your brothers or sisters, doing something that they're not supposed to be doing, you can correct them, but you can't hate them for no reason. All right, go ahead. Oh, matter of fact, read it one more time from the top.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
What does that mean? Your heart. Go ahead.
So I know the heart means like your mind.
Right, your mind. So hold that right there, and let me get Mark 7 and 21 to bring that home for you. 7 and 21. Mark 7 and 21. All right, Mark 7 and 21. We're gonna hold that where we was at, though. I just want to pull this one scripture.
I'll grab Mark 7. Give me one.
Yeah, you got it. Smoke Sweat, take your time.
Book of Mark, chapter 7, verse, you said 21. For from within, out of the heart of men, proceed evil thoughts.
Right, you see that? Out of the heart of men proceed evil thoughts. Right? So your heart is your mind. And what comes out of your mind, you know what I mean, is what we reading right here. Go ahead.
Adulteries, fornications, murders.
Right, because remember, like the battle in the truth is not physical. You know what I mean? Like okay, it's physical to an extent, like meaning where, you know, the wear and tear that it's going to put on your body to actually do the work. Meaning, like, you know, you got to get up, you got to go to class, you got to get up and you got to, you know, go out to camp, you got to travel, you got to, you know, do all of those things. That's the physical part. You might even have to defend yourself, right, for the truth. That's the physical part. But the main part where the war is going to go down at is right here, right in between your mind, your two eyeballs, your two, right. You know what I'm saying? Like this is where it's at, right in your head. That's where the war is. The war is at 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's right here in your heart, in your mind, right? Read on.
Calm. Verse 22, thefts, covetousness.
Covetousness. Yeah.
Wickedness, deceit, lasciviousness, an evil eye, blasphemy, pride, foolishness.
Keep reading.
All these evil things come from within and defile the man.
Right, and those are all the things that you deal with that's in your mind that make you do what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like a brother will leave the truth. Why? Because it's in his mind that he looks at this like this is a slavery. You know what I mean? Like he looks at this like this is hard to do, and it is hard to do. But do you think that getting the kingdom of heaven and getting rulership in the kingdom of heaven and power and glory and all the wonderful things that come along with it is going to be easy? You know what I'm saying? Like when they say, what they say in the world, anything that's worth getting, you know what I mean, is worth working hard for. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know that, even if you ain't even in the truth. You understand, like, okay, the reason that this man is a millionaire is because he worked hard to be a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? He did a lot of work. Some people think like, okay, you're just going to just get it the easy way. And it's just, that's just how life is. And it's not. You know what I'm saying? Even when a brother comes into this truth, you know what I'm saying? It's hard. You know what I'm saying? Because like if every day is a good day and every day in which every day mostly is a good day, the only days where I wouldn't even say it was a bad day would be a day like maybe maybe not a bad day in the sense of I can't even say it's any bad days in the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, only way I can say that is like if something went down at camp. You know what I mean? Like the cops came or the cops had to get called because somebody was acting stupid or you had to put somebody down at camp. That's what I would say, you know what I'm saying, would probably be the worst, that could happen is like, something happened at camp or you have to deal with some idiot in the world or something like that. But for the most part, every day in the truth is a good day. Life is short. We see what's happening out here in the news. We see what's going on social media. You know what I'm saying? We just had a brother pass in the truth. You know what I'm saying? A brother, I believe he was officer out of Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? Like this truth, even with this truth, hey, you still pass away. Right. It's not like something that you just, you just automatically, just because you hear, you automatically live long and you got so much time. And, the time is short. And that's why we got to make sure that we take advantage of the opportunity that we got. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because so many people, they just be like, man, I'll come in there, man, once I stop smoking, or I'll come in there once I get myself right. What the hell does that mean? Once you get yourself right. You ever seen that? Like, it'd be so crazy. Like, I remember one year, right? I worked overtime so much. You know what I'm saying? I was working 7/12s. Every week I'm working. Then I look up and I'm like, where did I get? Nowhere. Because the more you work, the more the government takes from you. The more you work, the more you're not around your family. The more you work, the more you're not able to take a break and chill and relax and enjoy your time with the people that you love. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not able to do that because you just working so goddamn much. And at the end of the day, when you look up, are your bills all paid up and they all good to go and you secure? No, you're still struggling. Everything is still needs to be paid. So it's like, at this point, I just look at it like, well, you know, it's really worth me just being around the brothers that I, you know what I mean, be with, doing camp, coming to class. Like, that's worth more than the money that I could make by staying at work all goddamn night and day. You know what I'm saying? So anything that you got to work for, like I said, man, anything that you want out of life, you're going to have to work for it. And it's just like that with the truth. All right. All right, let's go back to Leviticus 19.
Want me to take the verse from the top?
Mm-hmm.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 17.
Uh-huh.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
Uh-huh.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor, and not suffer sin upon him.
Right. You're not supposed to suffer sin on your brother, man. You know what I'm saying? By hating him. You know what I mean? By being a damn hater. You know, that's what they call it, a hater, right?
Right.
You can't even figure out why. I can't believe, like, how many people got haters. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'll be like, damn, they be on Facebook like, man, you know, all these haters. I'm like, well, what do you do in life? Like, they be like, yeah, well, I'm a line cook. Like, well, damn, you got people hating on you and you a line cook? You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, wow, okay. All right, Most High in Christ, man. You got haters. You know what I mean? But everybody got haters. It's like known that that's like a black thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Haters, black thing. It's a black thing. Haters is a black thing. Ops is a black thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we hate each other so much. But the scripture is saying that we're not supposed to hate each other and we're not supposed to suffer sin on each other, man. Go ahead, read on.
Verse 18. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
Against who?
Against the children of thy people.
Thy people. You know what I'm saying? Like, this means that your brothers, us.
Right.
You know what I mean? I did a video today, right, about forgiveness and how much we just want to forgive every goddamn body. We just want to forgive. You know, they never, you know, and it just shows like how condescending the oppressor is, because when the Buffalo shooting happened, right, literally a day after it happened, what did the reporter say to the dude? Hey, man, do you think the pastor that died in the shooting, do you think he would forgive the shooter? Do you think when Dylan Roof ran into that church down in South Carolina, this is what they asked the people: do you forgive Dylan Roof for what he did? And what do we say?
They say yes.
All the time. Go ahead.
So without, like, of course, you know, knowing what's going on, being wise and being angry at what's going on. If somebody says that, you know, a brother would get angry if he knows what's going on. What would be the best way to answer that question intelligently but get your point across?
Say that one more time, Warrior.
Salakia. So people that are, you know, hip or wise to what's going on, when somebody asks that question, that might make them angry.
Like hip or wise in what sense?
Like, so if somebody asks that question, they might know that they're, you know, trying to get black people to, you know, forgive their oppressor, this, that, and the fourth. But, you know, somebody like me, for instance, that would really upset or make me angry for them to ask something like that.
What do you forgive?
Right.
Right.
What would be an intelligent way to kind of to answer that question, but get your point across? Would you?
Well, the way, I'll just tell you the way the general told me. Black people can't forgive the oppressor for what they do to you because you don't have the power to punish them. You get my point? Like you got a son, right? 7 years old. Your son is acting up in school. The principal call you and say, hey, he acting up. He just cussing and everything. You get home. He gets home from school and he starts to tell you, well, Dad, I'm sorry. Other people was in there. They was, you know, we was jacking off. I said jacking off. Jacking around. It's like jacking around, right? Y'all gotta chill, man. Chill, man. So the brother, jacking around.
Right.
All right. Playing around. All right. We'll just say that. All right. Hey, brother, playing around. You can forgive him because you can forgive him and not put him on punishment. Why?
Because I have the power to.
You have the power to what?
Punish him.
Right. So you can forgive someone that you have the power to punish. Black people can't forgive the oppressor and their people because you don't have the power to punish them.
Right. So should we just a question? So if we ask that question, would that be appropriate thing to say? Like, look, we don't have the power to punish him. So how do I have the power to forgive him? Would that be a good thing to say or not? Okay.
This is how I would say it, right? Okay. If somebody said, do you forgive? Then I would say, do you forgive the Arabs who came over here and brought down the towers of 9/11?
There you go.
Do you forgive Osama bin Laden? Because what I see is that every single year on September 11th, they say never forget.
Oh,
we will never forget. Do you? Okay, so do you do the parents that was at Columbine? You know what I mean? Do they forgive the two shooters that came in Columbine and shot up Columbine? The two cats that was from the trench coat mafia. You get my point?
Yeah.
Like make them understand. Yeah. Like, would you do that for you? Do you forgive the Japanese who came over here and flew their planes into Pearl Harbor and killed all those American soldiers? Because America didn't forgive them. America dropped the bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The atomic bomb. America put them in internment camps. Oh, wait a minute. Should the Jewish people, they forgive Hitler and what happened with their people being thrown in ovens and 6 million of them dying, in Auschwitz? Right. You know what I mean? Like that's how I would answer that.
That's a good one. Okay.
And then they would see, okay, well, he got a point here. Right. You know what I mean? Why should he forgive us if we would never forgive nobody else for what they do to us? You know what I mean? All right. What was the question, Itara?
It's on the screen, sir.
Okay, are we to treat so-called Christians with the same sisterhood as sisters in the truth? Okay, hold on. Hold on. First Timothy 3:7 for the sister. 1 Timothy 3:7. Getting it right now for the sister. Let me see. All right. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna get there with you.
Did you want me to read it?
Yeah. I'm gonna get there with you. 1 Timothy 3:7. And you got it, warrior.
The book of 1 Timothy, chapter 3, verse 7. Moreover, he must have a good report of them which are without.
Right. So this is okay. So the short answer is yes. You know what I'm saying? You should treat a brother or sister in the world like a brother or sister. Right. Even if they are, say it one more time. Read it one more time from the top.
Moreover, he must have a good report of them which are without.
Without what? Without what? The truth. You got to have a good report of those to the people that are without. With the people that don't have the truth, they should look at you like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like Itara, she's a dope sister. You know what I'm saying? They should, your light should shine around them. Of course, they might not like what you're about as far as agreeing with you and stuff like that, but they will respect you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like every brother that I'm around, when I'm around that brother, I mean, that's in the world, they might sell drugs. They never going to come to class. But at the same time, I have a good report of those brothers that are without. You know what I'm saying? Like I treat those brothers just like anybody else. You know what I mean? What's going on, man? What's going on, brother? All right, man. How y'all doing, man? Good? The family good? All right, man. I'm holler at y'all and keep it moving. Just because they don't have the truth, you don't want to just come down on them because they don't have the truth, because it was at one time that you didn't have the truth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then you always got to remember this, is that, you know, yeah, our brothers and sisters are in Christianity, but let's not forget that a lot of those brothers and sisters that are in Christianity, they're sincere about wanting to serve the Lord, right? They're just stuck in Christianity because some stinking pastor is holding them up from getting the truth. So, you know, you just, so I'm not, like, being in this truth, I'm not, you know, up on so much, you know how they say, so much up on the high on the hog, you know what I mean? To think that just because this brother or sister is a Christian, that they're not sincere about wanting to serve the Lord. It's just that they're in Christianity and it's your job to get them out.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because like before I came into the truth, I was a Christian. Straight like that. I smoked weed. I celebrated Christmas. I celebrated, you know what I mean, the holidays. You know, I was doing everything. I was celebrating my birthday. I was a Christian, even though I didn't go to church. You know what I mean? I still was a Christian. I was following all the Christian doctrine as far as loving everybody. I remember when I was in the world, I used to be like, man, I like all cultures. Because, man, I could just, you know, I just like a little bit of everything. You know what I mean? I even remember me even saying that. You know what I'm saying? When I was in the world. You know what I mean? I had white friends, all that. You know what I mean? So, you know, yeah, I would say, and I just never ran into a brother who was in the truth. You know what I'm saying? But you know, you are in the truth. So yeah, sis, you know what I'm saying? You should treat that brother or sister that's in the world sisterly. I think that was it. Was any more on the question? Can I read it again?
Sir, that was it.
Okay, and then it says, keep reading, verse 7.
God, lest he fall into reproach and the snare of the devil.
Right. Moreover, he must have a good report of them that are without, lest he fall into reproach and the snare of the devil. Because sometimes, you know what I'm saying, like a lot of brothers, you know, and sisters, you know what I'm saying, like you can, you know, like with this truth, man, you can get like too, what's that word I'm looking for? You can get too prideful. Like, yeah, I'm in the truth. I ain't, you know what I mean? Y'all gonna be part of the 2/3. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm part of the 1/3. You know what I mean? Because y'all ain't in this truth. You know what I mean? You can get like that, and you can get that reproach from the brothers and sisters that you're around that's not in the truth, right? But then also you can fall by the devil too and get snared. And you know what? You'll end up right there with them in church.
Right.
Get my point? So you gotta be careful. You know what I'm saying? Like the scriptures say about you know, you fall into the wiles of the devil, all those scriptures. You know what I'm saying? The wiles of the devil. Give me some more. The wiles of the devil. Oh, lest he be lifted up. Hold on.
Which are spiritual.
Slack here. Oh, matter of fact, go to 6. This is like a brother, you know what I'm saying? This is a brother that's getting raised up, you know what I'm saying, in the truth. So it says, let's get verse 5 and then 6. 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 5 and 6. I just want to make this point for the sister. The book of 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 5.
For if a man know not how to rule his own house, how shall he take care of the church of God?
Right. Meaning this, like, if you can't keep your own house in order, how are you going to come in here with rank and then be able to lead brothers in their families? If your family, you know, you're really, you know, don't listen to a damn thing you say. You know, your kids are just all over the place and you don't have any control over your house. So how are you going to have control over the brothers and sisters and their families in the truth, in the school, if you don't have no control over your house? Right? Keep reading.
Not a novice.
Not a what?
Not a novice.
And what's a novice?
Somebody new.
Somebody new, right? Read on.
Lest being lifted up with pride, he fall into the condemnation of the devil.
What's that mean? Now we're thinking school. We're thinking school now. You know what I mean? Thinking school.
So is that saying somebody gets so prideful they end up falling in the same snares that, you know, out in the world?
Not quite, but you want it.
Okay.
Meaning like a new brother that comes into the school, don't raise that brother up too fast. Because if you raise the brother up too fast, he's going to be full of pride and he's going to fall to condemnation of the devil.
Okay.
You get my point? Because he come right in here and you make him an officer of 5,000. I mean, he's like, oh, I'm an officer of 5,000. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm holy. You get my point? I'm this, I'm that. And that brother gonna fall out the truth because he got raised up. Remember, what's his name was doing that? Was that what was it? The king that was in that was going to, was it Ahab? Was doing that. Remember when it said that the man of God came to and got eaten by the lion. Oh man, it was in Kings. It was in Kings where it was when the kingdom split. It was Jeroboam. I believe it was Jeroboam. Jeroboam was raising up men he was just raising up men. Like, remember when it said that the man of God came there and said, hey, you know, the Lord told me not to eat in this place. And then one of Jeroboam's priest that was there, he was like, oh, I'm a priest too. And God told me to tell you to stay here and eat. Right. And he listened to that brother, and that brother was a false prophet. Right. And if you read the story about that, what he was doing was he was raising up brothers. He was raising up brothers, making them high priests and making them all kinds of, giving them all kinds of rank amongst the nation of Israel when it got split. And they was like, they had their own feast day. He was making his own feast days, all kinds of stuff. But you pretty much get my point. So when a brother comes in, he's new, you want to give the brother some time to get acclimated into the truth, you know what I'm saying, before you start to give him rank and stuff like that. Because if you raise him up too fast, he's gonna fall. All right. Can we seek multiple wives? What is the breakdown on Isaiah 4:1? All right. Isaiah 4:1. All right. You can read it if whoever got it.
The book of Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach.
Reproach from what? Like not being married to a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, should you go out and get other wives? If you're new and you don't know how to handle that, no. Just keep your rib, man. You know what I'm saying? Just keep your rib, you know what I'm saying? And just, that would be my counsel. Just keep your rib and just do classes, go to camp and just chill. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot of work that comes along with doing that. You know what I'm saying? You think that you're going to have peace having 4 women at the same time? You ain't going to have no peace. You know what I'm saying? Because one of them might be tripping, but the other 3 is tripping. You know what I'm saying? So now you're going to have to deal with 3 women that's tripping all at the same time. You think you're going to get, and then you're going to try to leave and not try to go over there. And what's the first thing she going to say? He put me away. Now you got to deal with that. And it's just, you know what I mean? It's just so much stuff that you got to deal with. You know what I'm saying? It's not peaches and cream. So a new brother that's in the school, no, just don't even worry about that. Just worry about and focus on the truth, doing the work of the Lord, getting out the camp, doing these classes, teaching, and just rolling with the brothers. That's all you need to worry about. Now, if you're not in this truth, then no, you don't need no women. You know what I mean? Just stick to, you ain't in the truth, just stick to what you've been doing. You know what I mean? What most brothers do in the world, they just don't tell them about each other because that's the easier thing to do. You know, girls come through like, hey, you don't be having no other girls in this bed. You be like, nah, no, I don't have no other girls over here, man. You know what I mean? And she's gonna be like, oh, okay, cool. You know what I mean? And then you just end up having sex with her. But it's a different thing when you tell them all about each other and they're all on board and you got to deal with it and they're going to expect certain things out of you and you got to be the type of brother that can handle those things. So, with that being said, how does a courtship work? I only ask because we have teens that are becoming young adults. So do the brothers still pay a dowry? Yeah. So of course, you know, because okay, it's different now. Like in slavery, like even after slavery, we used to still pay the dowry. You know what I mean? Even in slavery, you know how like during slavery, like a brother would come up and you know, he'll go to the father and be like, hey, I got you this nice pack of cigarettes here. You know what I'm saying? For you know what I'm saying? Nice pack of cigarettes. I got you this bottle right here. You know what I mean? The finest, you know, hooch or whatever. And the father would be like, thank you. You know what I'm saying? The father would be like, all right, thanks. He'd be like, yeah, you know, I was, you know, wanting to know if I could, you know, marry your Nettie. You know what I'm saying? I could marry your Nettie. I'm real fond of your, you know, your daughter. You know what I mean? And he'd be like, no. You know what I'm saying? Or he might say, yeah, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? It was a dowry that's, you know, at that time, you know, because we ain't have nothing. So the dowry might have just been some wine, some liquor, whatever it was that you would, you know, give to the father. Now you don't even have to, in the world, you don't even pay a dowry. The girl just bring you home. You know what I mean? Yeah. She just bring you around her. You know, they call it, I'm bringing you around my mom. I'm letting you meet my mom. Yeah. Usually when a girl takes a man to meet her mom, she already had sex with him already. She already had sex with him. It's already to the point where she thinks that he's not going anywhere. So he's worthy to be taken home. Or he's worthy to be introduced to her kids because they already are having sex already and it's already like that. But like in the school, yeah, the courtship goes for 6 months. Can you learn a person in 6 months? No. Can you try? Yes. You get my point? You can try, and you can do everything that you can do in that 6 months. Meaning to ask questions, talk about everything. You know, a good argument is good. You know what I mean? It's healthy. You know what I mean? When getting into to know someone, you know what I mean? Because the worst thing is to not ever have an argument, right? Get married and then have an argument. Because then it's like, well, I don't care. I don't want to be with you. Get out of my house. You know what I mean? Is blowing up to the point like now y'all realize that y'all can't even live with each other. Y'all giving each other hell. And so, you know, the best thing to do is to go through that 6 month period, right? And talk to the person, talk to them, try to get, you know, acquainted with them, you know, learn that person as much as you can. There's only so much you're going to learn from a person not actually living with them. Right. You know, to give a point. That's when you're really going to learn somebody when you actually live with them. But, you know, you only can do your best during the courtship phase. You know what I mean? Go out, talk to them, see if there's something that both of y'all are, you know, that y'all want, you know what I mean? And if after that 6 month period, if y'all feel, and nobody says it had to be 6 months. It could be a year. You know what I mean? If that's really what y'all want to do. If y'all are really interested, you don't have to go with 6 months. You can say, all right, well, let's give it some more time. You know, let's give it some more time. Let's go on some more dates. Let's, you know, talk on the phone more. Let's argue some more. You know what I mean? Whatever it is, to strengthen this relationship that y'all are, because obviously if you're with somebody, talking to somebody for 6 months, it's some sort of a relationship, you know what I mean? Just without the marriage, you know what I mean? Right. But if it's like, you know, y'all during this courtship phase and it's something that y'all want to do, then you could take more than 6 months. Do it. And if it's something that y'all feel like, look, man, this sister here, man, she get on my nerves. You know what I mean? And she's like, man, this brother here, he get on my nerves, but I can't see myself with anybody but this person. You know what I mean? Or I got too much invested already in the courtship. You know what I mean? I didn't argue with you every night. I didn't argue with you on this damn phone for 6 months. So what? I'm gonna let all that go to waste? Oh, you're gonna be my wife. You know what I'm saying? Right, and the sister is likewise. She say, man, I've been arguing with this brother, man. You know what I'm saying? On the phone about this, the scriptures and all that. And you come to a point where you say, you know what? you know, this is something we want to do. And then you have sex and you marry. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it go. And then once y'all get married, then breaking up is off the table and y'all are going to be forced to communicate. You know what I mean? That's the hard part.
Right.
But a good relationship, a good marriage is about two individuals that can forgive each other constantly. 70 times 70,000.
Yeah, right.
That's what a marriage is. You just forgive. You know, you fight, you argue, you forgive, you fight, you argue, you forgive. That's what it is. You know what I mean? But the 4 and 1, where it says in that day, 7 women shall take hold of 1 man. That's actually happening right now. We're living in that time now. You see what's going on with, you know, so many of our brothers are, you know, homosexual. That's being pushed on a black man so much.
Right.
You got, you know, drugs, murder. What else? Give me more. So many brothers that's you know, with other races of people, other races, and these women, our women don't have, you know what I'm saying, a lot of men to choose from. That's it. That's straight. You know what I mean? Not locked up, not on drugs. You know what I'm saying? You know, not a transsexual. You know what I'm saying? On the DL, right? P Valley, right? Not Uncle Clifford. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so many. It's so much of a dynamic on the brothers that the sisters, they ain't got too much to choose from. Right? The pickings is slim. You know what I mean? And yeah, in that day, 7 women will take hold of 1 man. They're doing that right now. They just, you know, they're doing it right now.
Right.
Don't you see? Damn, New Year. What's that? What's that one show? Love and Hip Hop.
Oh, yeah, right.
That's all you see on there is 3 women fighting over 1 dude. When the reality is all 3 of them are his girl. You know what I mean? All 3 of them are his wives. All three of y'all, this is y'all man. You get my point? Like that would just settle this whole thing. No, you gotta choose. It's one of us or it's me or the other one. Like, no, both of y'all love the same man. And he loves both of y'all. So that's really what it is. All right. So yeah, women are gonna take hold of 1 man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's happening now. Yeah, you said maybe one day you'll have that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You can. So what were they saying in the chat?
Yeah, who's saying?
How to follow the laws and given to us. With that being said, how does the courtship work? I only ask because we have teens that are becoming young adults. So do the brothers still pay a dowry? Yes. You know what I'm saying? You know, I had to pay a dowry. You know what I'm saying? I had to pay a dowry to the school. You know what I'm saying? If the sister is, you know, if the sister is, you know, you marry a sister in the school, you know what I'm saying? They can, the generals, she belongs to the school. You know what I mean? If her father is, you know, not around or whatever like that, she's in the school, then yeah, you pay a dowry to the school. That's what I did. I paid a dowry. I think it was like, it was some hundreds. And after that, I got all the headaches in the world. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? So whatever the dowry is, you know what I'm saying? The generals let the brother know. Like, hey, brother, because look, we did dowries like back in the, you know what I'm saying, in our day, you know what I'm saying, the time, because, you know, we had the, you know, that father, you know, that's the sister, she used to braid his hair. You know what I'm saying? She braided his hair. His hair was nice and, you know, braided up every week. You know what I'm saying? But now you taking his daughter away from him, and now she's going to be braiding your hair every damn week. And now he's going to have to get somebody else to do it because she's gone with you. And so, you know, you would compensate the father for his loss that he was taking. All right.
Are these comments on Facebook? This is Facebook comments?
Well, no.
She said they just fighting. Oh, yeah. All right.
Oh.
All right, so I hope that answered the sister's question. And so we should be good to go. All right. Yeah. All right. So we'll move on. If anybody got any other questions, we'll just put them in the chat. All right. No sweat. Proverbs 11 and 12.
All right, I'm there.
All right, you got it.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 12. He that is void of wisdom despiseth his neighbor.
Right. So, and what is the wisdom?
The truth.
The laws, the statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? A brother that don't have that, he's going to despise his neighbor, meaning that he's going to hate his neighbor. You know what I mean? And that's what we have today that we see out here in the world. You know what I mean? Brothers hate they brothers and hate their sisters. You know what I mean? Because they don't have wisdom like we do. All right? Go ahead.
But a man of understanding holdeth his peace.
Right, because that's what you're gonna have. Like, meaning like if a brother is in the world and you know what I'm saying, you dealing with the brother, you got wisdom, you know what I'm saying? Like we got wisdom. We go into a place, we be like, hey, what's going on, brother? Hey, how you doing, man? You know what I'm saying? Like we understand with what brotherhood is. Now, does that mean be stupid? No. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean be stupid. Meaning, like, if you can tell, like, if a place that you go is pleased to have you there. And if it's not, then just wipe the dust off your feet, man, and just keep it moving, man. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody is not in the truth, and everybody doesn't care about brotherhood, and those brothers are destroyed. Right. You know what I mean? Right. Those sisters are destroyed. You know what I mean? Who can't? I mean, we was at camp, man. This cat was like, what? Like, I got my gun. I go get my gun. I got my shooter right there. Like, and I'm like, so you gonna go get a shooter? What? To shoot your brother? Like, you got a shooter, but the shooter's for me. You know the problem with our people is that we got guns now and we don't even know who to shoot anymore. Remember back then they gave us they would never give us a gun because they knew you knew who to shoot. Right. So they would never let a black man have a gun. But now they like, go ahead, you can have it because we know it ain't. A nigga be in the video like with 20 million guns in the video, and not one of them guns is for the Arab that's on his corner, shoveling the money out off liquor. Right. You know what I mean? It's not for none of them. It's only for his brother. You know what I mean? And it's sad that we've gotten to that point. You know what I mean? And this is the work of the Christian church. It's the work of the leadership of Blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians, where we see the benefit of other nations, but we don't see the benefit in ours. Right. You know what I'm saying? So what do? We consider the lives of everyone else but our own. And that's a sad thing, because what we despise our neighbor and we don't have, and a brother that has, but a man of understanding, he holdeth his peace, man. You know what I mean? Read on. Verse 14.
Verse 14. Where no counsel is, people fall.
Right. Where there's no counsel, the people fall. Like people, that's why people make so much money on social media. Mm. A lot of charlatans make a lot of money on social media because the people don't have no counsel. They don't, you know what I mean? So you'll get a cat like Derek, what's that one cat, Derek something, who was getting on there telling all the women, huh? Jackson. Yeah, Derek Jackson, who was getting on there giving all this advice to women, like talking about, yeah, you should leave him, because if he don't want to just be with you, then you should leave him. And all this, and he don't want to give you a ring, you should just leave him. And he had all these followers, 600,000 or something like that on YouTube. Had a big old channel on YouTube. The whole time he cheating. He cheating on his girl with another one, you know what I mean? But the counsel that he's giving to the women out there, they're following it and they're falling because of that. Mm. You know what I'm saying? So many of our women fall because they get the wrong counsel. They get the counsel that they want to hear from their home girl. You know what I'm saying? They don't go to who they're gonna get the real counsel from because they don't really want to hear the truth. Right. You know what I mean? So a person will go to somebody that, or tell you what you want to hear. Really. And it was like, I was reading that in a psych book about that. You know what I'm saying? How, a person, people only people confide in people that's only going to be on their side and agree with them. They don't go to somebody who's not going to be on your side or somebody that's neutral. You know what I mean? Most of the time they'll just be like, well, I'm going to just talk to my girl about, a man, having a man, and she don't even have one. You know what I mean? And so this is where our sisters, our brothers go wrong, because we don't have counsel. We don't have real counselors out there. Read on.
But in multitude of counselors, there is safety.
Right. But in the multitude of counselors, there is safety. Now, who's the multitude of counselors? The school, us.
Right.
Multitude of counselors. You got counselors everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And there's safety in that, because you can go to this brother. You can go to this brother. You know what I mean? You can go to, you can go to the generals. You can go to the captains. You can go to the man over your city, whatever it is. A brother can give another brother counsel. You know what I'm saying? But like, if it's something that's, take a little bit more thought, then, you might want to go up, you know what I'm saying, to the general, especially General Muhammad, excellent counselor. Because he's not going to tell you what you want to hear. He's gonna tell you what you need to hear. All right. All right. Let me get 1 Thessalonians 4:8.
All right, I'm there.
All right, you 1 Thessalonians 4:8. I'm gonna get the brother a little chance to describe it. 1 Thessalonians 4:8. Now, this scripture here is about. I'll let you read it though. I'll let you read it first. But go ahead.
The book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 8.
Mm-hmm.
He therefore that despiseth not man, but God.
Right. You see that? That's where you want. That's where it says, he therefore that despises not man, but God. So when we go out there and we teach our brothers and they hate us for what we do, it's not them hating you. They're hating God.
Right.
That's what they're doing. A sister that don't want to hear the truth, she's not hating you. She's hating God. She's hating what God is saying. People that say, well, see, the Bible's evolving, and see, the LGBT, see, that's where church is going now. See, God didn't know what he was talking about in the Old Testament. See, things are changing now. The church is evolving. It's not, he's not hating you. He's hating what God is saying in the Bible. You know what I mean? He's hating you. That's what he's really hating. I'll give you a precept on that. Luke 10:16. Luke 10:16. Go ahead and we'll hold this. Matter of fact, Luke, let me see. Luke 10:16.
I can get there because I bookmarked it.
No sweat. Luke 10:16.
And I'll read it when you're ready.
You got it.
The book of Luke, chapter 10, verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
He that heareth you, heareth me.
See that? See what Christ said? He that heareth you, heareth me. Right? Read on.
And he that despiseth you, despiseth me.
See that? So they're not saying, when a person say, man, you know what I mean? I ain't trying to hear that. That's stupid. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. You know what I mean? All people can be saved. Blah, 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 blah. They're not mad at you for saying that, that Gentiles, you know what I'm saying, that the Gentiles, of the other nations aren't going to get salvation. They just don't like the fact that God said it. That's what it really boils down to it. Right? Go ahead.
And he that despiseth me, despises him that sent me.
See that? That's the idea. You know what I mean? So when a person is coming at you, we tell them all the time, don't be mad at me. Like, you don't be mad at me, because in the Bible it says, Esau I hated. You know what I mean? Jacob I love, but Esau I hated. Like, you can't be mad at me because it say that. They be like, well, y'all get out of here. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. You know what I'm saying? They're not mad at you. I'm just reading out what it say here in the scripture. But you're mad because God said it. That's what they're really mad at, right? go back to 1 Thessalonians 4:8.
Take it from the top.
Yeah, you got it, warrior.
The book of 1 Thessalonians, chapter 4, verse 8. He therefore that despiseth me, Salakia, he therefore that despiseth not man, but God, who hath also given unto us his Holy Spirit.
Right. The Spirit will be separate, man. You know what I mean? Like, that's the Holy Spirit. Damn right. You know what I mean? It's separate. It's a separate spirit, a separate vibe. And that's what we're supposed to have, a separate vibe from everybody else. Right. Everybody else got a separate vibe from us. Why our vibe got to be, you know, just everybody's vibe? You know what I mean? Damn right. It's like we got a separate vibe too. You know what I mean? It's supposed to have a separate vibe too. That air going back there for y'all. All right. You can feel it?
Yeah, but I was good.
Okay,
I don't mind being a little hot.
All right, let's go. Okay, so Princess Mashara says, Salaki, sir, how would you explain to a daughter that she shouldn't wear skirts showing her stomach? You know, you tell her, look, man, you know what I'm saying? You look, man, I love you. Nobody else gonna love you like I do. And you want to make sure that you cover yourself up and be modest. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like we like the scriptures talk about us being modest. You know what I'm saying? And you want to make sure that, you know, she understands that, you know, men are dogs, you know what I'm saying, in the world, you know what I'm saying? And they're going to, and if you treat yourself like a sex object, then you can't be surprised that men are just going to come at you that want sex. You know what I'm saying? So, I would tell her, you know what I mean? I would show her that, you know, the scriptures. I mean, if she's in the world, then you just gonna have to fight. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to fight it. You know what I mean? If she's in the world, she's not in the truth. You know, I mean, I was there. I had to fight it, and a lot of times, and it's good that this is a sister that's saying this, because I fought against, like, my daughter had some tight jeans on one day. She was on her way to school. She had some tight jeans on, and I saw her shape. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I shouldn't see my daughter's shape. Hey, yo, you got to take that off. So she's like, I'm like, yo, you got to change that. So it was close to the time where she had to go the bus was about to come. So she got on the phone and called her mom, right? She got on the phone. She calls her mom, and you know what her mom did? Fought me to let her wear the jeans.
Women be doing that, man.
What you say?
Women be doing that. I don't know why. Like, why would they do?
She was like, "Oh, the jeans ain't that tight." I bought her the jeans. The jeans ain't that tight. You know, the kids wear them. That's how kids wear them today. Right, you know, like I'm her father. Right. I'm supposed to be the one. That's my part. Your part is to make sure that she grows up and be a woman, you know what I mean? Teaching her, you know, how to deal with her period, teaching her how to, you know, all the womanly stuff. But as far as the game, I'm got to give her the game. Right. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
A similar situation happened where one of my nieces was about to go to prom. And I seen the dress and I was like, oh, no. So my niece's father came, he agreed, but they want the women, they wanted to argue with us about whether the dress was appropriate or not.
You go, it's cool.
And I didn't get how they didn't understand that us as men know what the young boys are going to be thinking and trying to do when they see a young lady dressed like that.
Right. And it just shows you, man, like, you know, like all the stuff that's on our kids, man, you know what I'm saying? It comes down through social media, comes down from the oppressor. And it just shows you that there's no such thing in the world. I'm going to do a video on this. This is going to be another TikTok video, what I'm about to say. But in the world, there's no such thing as black parents.
Damn.
It's only white parents. And whatever they say, whatever they come up with, that's what we teach our kids. Right. You know what I mean? And they teach our kids that this over sexuality, over hypersexuality, and they say, you know what I mean? And this is what We get, you know, the LGBT, all that's being pushed on our kids, and if you go against that, you're a bad parent, according to America. Right. You know what I'm saying? But in the truth, you know what I'm saying, we become parents again. You know what I'm saying? Like, we learn the wisdom and we're able to become parents again. Because at the time, you know, I was in the truth, you know, at the time. This was like some years ago, but I was in the truth. And my daughter's mother wasn't. So here I am trying to show my daughter, you know, try to, you know, show my daughter that she needs to have respect for herself and her body and how she's perceived by boys. And her mom was fighting me on it. You know what I mean? And that's really how it's going to go if you have a relationship with somebody that's in the world. You know what I mean? Like, if you come into the truth and they're in the world, if you're a brother that's in the truth, you're going to fight your rib in the world over Christmas. You're gonna fight her for, you know, Halloween. Right. And I remember this in this was some years ago. My daughter's grown now, but that fight, you know what I mean? That fight, my daughter was living with me at the time. That fight that I was fighting, I lost that fight to the world. You see what I'm saying? Because what happened with my rules and my, you know, trying to keep, you know, the law, you know what my daughter did? Packed up and moved. Packed up and moved back with her mom. Because she couldn't do not following birthdays, not following Christmas, not, you know, following Halloween. So, yeah, I'm fighting to keep her out of the world, and her mom was fighting to keep her in the world. And that was a fight that I ended up losing ultimately because she decided to go back in the world with her mom, and that's that. And so I'm like, okay, cool. But it didn't stop me from doing the work. Didn't stop coming from class. It's like, all right, no sweat. You know, more power to you. I love you. Cool. We good. It's whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because my mindset is like, I'm willing to lose anything for this truth. Right. Even if it means losing my daughter. You know what I'm saying? She'll come back little loud, you know, when she get older and realize that I was right the whole time. You know how it go. Right. Yeah, right. The way that they carry it, yeah, because they get upset because it's popular. You know what I'm saying? Like Megan Thee Stallion is popular. Mm-hmm. That's popular culture. The City Girls, that's what popular culture is. You know what I'm saying? You can't see no video without a girl shaking their behind. Right. Even when they mad. You can see a girl fight going on. There's some girl in the back twerking. It's like, damn, like yeah, what? Right. Like what is it? You know what I mean? It's like the fight that you have with your daughters is like fighting them to not resort to their base to their base like nature. You know what I'm saying? Meaning this, like a woman's base nature is her sexuality. So if she doesn't have any brains, if she don't have any damn, you know, anything going for herself, what can she resort to? Her butt. She can resort to her breast, you know what I mean? Her vagina, you know what I mean? And so many of our women, they're taught not to think, not to be educated, not to do any of that, just to get what you want and use your vagina to get it. Right. You see what I'm saying? So when you have a daughter, you got to keep your daughter busy. Put her in sports. Get on that damn field hockey team. Put her on the field hockey team. You know, put her in the basketball. You know, you got to keep her busy because if she's not busy, then she's going to be getting busy. Right. Go ahead.
Salaki, sir, if I may, there's I think there's a song, like popular song, like a lot of people use the sound bite where the woman says you got to use what you got to get what you want.
To get what you want.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the vibe of this whole empire.
Yeah. Yep. And it's just different now. You know what I'm saying? Like it used to be like it wasn't like it was then. You know what I'm saying? Like okay, yeah, I used to get beatings, you know what I'm saying? Girls used to get beatings too, but our parents didn't like do it for the gram. Right. You know what I mean? Like a beating was private. You know what I mean? Right. It was private between you and your mom, or you and your dad, or something like that. It was just something that you just didn't speak on, and it wasn't like your dad will be like, "All right, hold on." Yeah, like what? Like this. Right. They looking at the camera, like, So what was you doing today in school?
Right.
Like, what the hell? This nigga fixed the camera?
Right.
The sister fixed the damn camera so it could get her real good. And she like, so, hold on.
Yep.
So who you been talking to online? Looking at the the live feed go up. She reading the comments. So what was you doing in school? You know, like, this is dumb. You know what I mean? It's just dumb now. But yeah, sis, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have to battle that. You're going to have to tell her, you know what I'm saying? And you're going to have to be ready to fight and go to war with it. You know what I'm saying? Right. Resort to her assets. Right. And that's what America teaches black women to do is to resort, just go to that. You know what I mean? And just shake your butt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's weird. It's you know, you ever see it's a video. Y'all heard of Sukihana, right?
Is that a restaurant?
No, Sukihana is this girl. She's a black girl. She's on like social media. She's in like what's that called? Love and Hip Hop Miami. But she's from Wilmington. She's from here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's from here. You know what I'm talking about? Suki?
Nah.
They never heard of her. Okay. Well, she's kind of young, but she's on like Love and Hip Hop Miami. She's from Wilmington though.
That's crazy.
And she was on one of the videos I saw. She was trying to teach this East Indian lady how to twerk. She was telling the East Indian lady like, "See, you could do this. This is called the good pee dance, whatever the wet pee dance or whatever. You know what I mean?" And she was like, "Yeah, just do it like this." And the East Indian lady looked at her and was like,
"Right."
Because them East Indian women, they got respect for their damn self. Right. You know what I mean? They ain't getting on the floor and shaking with you. You get my point? Because they have morals and our people don't. Because we're destroyed, like the Bible said. Like when the Bible said that we will be destroyed, it was right. Because there's no other people on this earth that's more destroyed than blacks and Hispanics. All right, and Native Indians. All right, boom. Let's move on. Let's go to. We was done with that, right? Okay, yeah, we was good with that. Let me get 1 John 2:9. First John 2:9.
All right, I'm there.
I hope y'all writing this stuff down, man. I mean, you might as well just do it and get it over with and just get it done and get your precept book up. Because you know what I mean? What's going to happen is you're going to have like that spurt where you're like, man, I'm ready to get my precept book together. And then you're going to have to, start from scratch. All right. You might as well just do it now.
All right, I'll go ahead and read it. Mm-hmm. Ready? All right. The book of 1 John chapter 2, verse 9. He that saith he is in the light and hateth his brother is in darkness, even until now.
Right. So if you say that you got the light, like Christians say that a lot. Like, see, we just, we got the light of Jesus, man. You know what I mean? But they hate that brother with that tattoo on his face. You know what I'm saying? They hate those sisters that's, online, twerking and doing all that kind of stuff. Right. When we're really, you know what I'm saying? Like, that woman has a shot. You know what I'm saying? Just like that brother who got all the tattoos on his face. He has a shot too, right? And that's why the Lord tells us to prophesy to the wind. Right. And the Lord is going to bring the increase. You know what I mean? Like, so don't ever think that Sukihana can't come into the truth. Because she can. You know what I'm saying? Right. She can come into the truth. You know what I mean? It's just for us to just keep prophesying to the wind. And if the Lord sees fit, the Lord will bring her in the truth. And she'll change. You know what I'm saying? Like, remember what he said to Ezekiel. When Ezekiel saw the bones, he was like, can these bones live? You know what I mean? Because this is the valley of dry bones. And that's what we are. We the valley of dry bones. But guess what? We was able to get up, you know what I'm saying, and live. We was able to live and get the breath of life, get the commandments. We was able to live again because we was dead just like everybody else, like Sukihana. We was dead just like, Megan Thee Stallion and everybody else that's out there just going crazy. You know what I mean? So we want to, you want to have mercy on your brothers and sisters too at the same time. You know what I mean? I don't pray that she's a 2/3. You know, what the hell? You know what I mean? Like, I don't, you know, some people are like, see, she's just going to be the 2/3. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want her to be the 2/3. You know what I'm saying? Because how the hell I know that I'm not even the damn 2/3. You know what I mean? So, you know, we want to make sure that we show mercy on our brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? If you say that you love your brother and you say that you in the light, but you hate your brother, you actually are in the dark.
Read it again.
Go ahead, you got it.
The book of 1 John chapter 2 verse 9. He that saith he is in the light and hateth his brother is in darkness even until now.
Right, even until now, man. Even after Christ then came and taught us and everything, even until now, after all of this, you know what I'm saying? We still are in the dark. You know what I mean? Go ahead, read on.
He that loveth his brother abideth in the light, and there is none occasion of stumbling in him.
Right. So if you got brotherhood, you got sisterhood, you in the light, and it's no way you're going to stumble over that if you know what I'm saying, are keeping the commandments and loving your brothers and your sisters. Right. Wow. Keep going.
Verse 11. But he that hateth his brother is in darkness and walketh in darkness and knoweth not whither he goeth.
Right. You don't know where the hell you're going, because guess what you're trying to do? You're trying to have brotherhood with Esau. You know what I mean? You don't even know what you're doing. You know how many they got movies on it. You know what I mean? They got movies on it, you know, where, you know, because you hate your brother, you go and try to make a friendship with, you know, the oppressor. And guess what? They take you on a damn vacation up in the damn woods, and then they hunt you. You know what I mean? You think those types of stories don't happen?
Your own coworkers.
Yeah. Those stories happen. It's a story called, oh man, I can't think of the brother name.
A movie?
It's a movie.
Oh, with Ice-T.
Well, that's Surviving the Game. It's another movie called something. They go up, it's a black dude, Tyrell. Yeah, Tyrell. You see that? Where the brother, he got white friends. Right. He got white friends, and they take him up to the cabin, and the white people start acting weird with him, like, come on, man, let's wrestle. And he like, yo, man, you know what I mean? Trying to, you know, I don't want to wrestle. They like, come on, man. You know, he like, you know, they acting weird, man. Yeah, you know what I mean? Y'all see the movie? He's like, man, I'm gonna just go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? And he went upstairs because they started acting weird. So he went upstairs and they came up in the room, and he was like, he acted like he was asleep. You know what I mean? He acted like he was asleep because they were starting to act weird. Like they was started asking them questions like, well, why do black people do this? Or, you know what I mean? Like, that's because you trying to find brotherhood somewhere else where you ain't supposed to be finding that. And that brother is always going to be in darkness, man, because the true brotherhood that's actually going to get us free is us coming together, like Zephaniah 2:1 say. You know what I'm saying? Gather yourself together. O nation that desire. Like, that's when we will really, truly crack the code. We can't crack the code, you know, trying to join ourselves with Arabs, you know what I mean, with the Million Man March.
Right.
Still trying to join with everybody. We can't do it no other way but the way that the Lord told us to do it. That's how we're going to crack this code and get the kingdom of heaven. Otherwise, we can hang it up. We're going to be here until, I don't know, Christ on return. We'll be here to the year 3000.
I can't.
You know what I mean? Still doing the same thing. You know what I mean? Trying to figure out a way to do it without having brotherhood. All right, no sweat. I think that was it on that one. Let me get 1 John 3 and 15. 1 John 3 and 15. Not the Zab. Yeah, Get Out. Nah, but it was a different one called it's Tyrell, Tyrell, and it was like weird. Like, it was just weird. Remember you see that movie?
Nah, I saw on Netflix or something.
Oh man, I don't know if it's on Netflix.
I think it was on Hulu.
It's on Hulu or something.
Well, when I seen it kept popping up, it was on Hulu.
Yeah, and he ended up like leaving. He left the crib. Remember he got so spooked by these people, he ended up leaving.
I didn't watch the whole movie.
Yeah, he left the crib and was walking.
Please send it to me if y'all can find it.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, but that's
Tyrell, Tyrell. If you look on YouTube, you should be able to see like a little you see like a little trailer or something.
Give me flashbacks.
Yeah. 1 John 3 and 15.
The book of 1 John chapter 3 verse 15.
Hold on 1 second. You said it gave you flashbacks.
Right. Now I remember I used to have this job, and I'm not going to even name the job. But I used to have this job where I worked, you know, in the back, and I had to, you know, move stuff. It was like kind of like a warehouse. And this oppressor I was cool with, I remember one time he came in the back and he said some weird stuff and was like, yeah, you should try. Come on, wrestle me. And that John just gave me, when you said that, I'm like, why is he trying to wrestle me? Like, what is going on?
Yeah,
like,
they get weird. Like,
it was weird.
You know, if you got, like, I remember Captain Ariah said, man, if you have, you know, your friends are the oppressor, then you got to be prepared to be, you have to be prepared to be disrespected.
Right.
You know, when you have white friends, you got to be prepared to be disrespected.
And if I could say one more thing, one of my friends, he has still now, he's starting to come into the truth, but he got friends that are oppressors. And he went to a party, and it's mostly oppressors at the party. So I get a text message in the group chat that's saying, hey, I'm about to go here with these Edomites. I don't have any suicidal thoughts. Here's my location. This, that, and the fourth.
Yeah, why should you hang out with people like that?
I text him like, why even go if you got to do all?
And then when black people hang out with white people, they start talking like white people. White people like, yeah, let's go out to the club. You be like, yeah, man, let's go.
I can't do it because I ain't trying to hear no N-word, none of that. I even back then, like, it would be like limits to how, because I'm not trying to feel disrespected. So it would be like nah. They
go put on some rap and then sing the nigga part in front of you. Yeah, they gonna sing the nigga part. Yeah, like what was that? Y'all ever see Bel Air, the new Bel Air?
No, I haven't seen.
Oh, you ain't seen the new Bel Air? That was like one of the scenes where Will was walking. He walked in there and Carlton they was like, "Hey, you ain't some hot nigga." You know what I'm saying? They was listening to Bobby Smurder. It was like all white boys listening to Bobby Smurder. And they like the hot nigga. and Carlton's in there like, you know, getting with him. You know what I'm saying? Dancing with him. And Will was like, "Yo, what you doing?" You know what I'm saying? Right. You know, they was all in there saying the nigga word, but that's my point. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when you be around them, that's what they gonna start pushing it. You know what I mean?
I got 3 and 15 when you.
All right, you got it, warrior.
The book of 1 John, chapter 3, verse 15. Whosoever hateth his brother is a murderer.
Oh, what's that mean?
That's deep.
You hate your brother, you a murderer. All right, just keep reading.
And ye know that no murderer hath eternal life abiding in him.
So what does it mean to you? If you hate your brother, you a murderer.
I honestly don't know what that means.
Somebody in the chat, you hate your brother, you a murderer. Yeah. No. Princess Mashara she said hate is murder in the eyes of the Most High. What you want? Okay, I'm gonna give it to you. It's like the Lord looks at it like murder. You know what I'm saying? Like the hatred to your brother is just like murder. The Lord looks at it just like murder when you hate your brother, man. You know what I mean? Keep reading.
Con, verse 16.
Hold on, read it one more time from the top.
Con, the book of 1 John, chapter 3, verse 15. Whosoever hateth his brother is a murderer. And ye know that no murderer hath eternal life abiding in him.
Right. And so this is how the Most High looks at it. Like you hate your brother, man. It's just like murder, man. Just like if you murdered a brother, man. And that's how serious the Lord takes brotherhood and sisterhood. You know what I'm saying? Like when you hate your brother, it's just like if you murder some damn body. That's how serious it is to the Most High. Keep reading.
Verse 16. Hereby perceive we the love of God, because he laid down his life for us, and we ought to lay down our lives for the brethren.
Right. Meaning that, you know, Christ laid down his life for us, man. And we should likewise be able to do that for our brother. You know what I'm saying? Like when we go out in the streets, we laying our lives down for our brothers so that we can get free, because we don't know what's going to happen out there at camp. You know what I'm saying? Remember I told you the cat came up talking about he got a shooter out there. You know, we don't know what's going to happen. Some nut could roll up. Some, you know, Buffalo shooter again, you know what I mean, could roll up. Some, you know what I mean, it's 1,000. You know, it's millions of them. You know, they could roll up at any time and and try to do some harm to us. You know what I'm saying? So, we constantly put our lives on the line for our brothers, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what love is. Like the scriptures say that there's no greater love than a man that'll lay down his life for his brothers. You know what I'm saying? If we love our wives like Christ loved the church, meaning that we got to lay our lives down for our wives. That's why it's so important that women be in subjection, because now you dealing with a man that is going to check and see if there's a noise. You know what I'm saying? Right. And he ain't gonna be like, yo, you go check it out. Yeah. You know what I mean? A brother that's gonna put his life on the line. And that's what it's saying right here. Thereby perceive we love of God, because he laid down his life for us, and we ought to lay down our lives for the brethren, right? And the sisterin. You get my point? All right, go ahead.
Verse 17. But whoso hath this world's good,
meaning that if you got the good of the world, right? Read on.
And seeth his brother have need, and shutteth up his bowels of compassion from him.
Meaning that, it doesn't do anything to your stomach. You know what I'm saying? Like, meaning, like, the scripture where it says that some friends are a friend for the belly. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Like when you got a real brother, it's like, I could never do this brother wrong, because I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. Right. I wouldn't be able to, I would be sick if I did something to a brother that's in here, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's the compassion that you have for your brother. But if you got the world's goods and that stuff don't even affect your stomach in no type of way or affect anything, then read on. The bowels of compassion.
From him, how dwelleth the love of God in him?
Mm-hmm. No, so how can the Lord dwell in you? And you say that, like a lot of the Christians do, they say they all about love and all that, but they could see a brother that actually really needs something, and you won't give it to him. Like for me, like when I see Edomites, I don't give them nothing. Right. And they look, they perfected how to look sad, don't they? I seen a bum, right? It was an Edomite, right? Was in the rain. I was at the light. It's pouring down rain, and they were standing just like this in the rain, like.
That's the look.
I'm the only one at the light. I'm the only one at the light. Nobody else there. They just like this, like looking, like looking down, but like looking at my car, like I'm the only one there. I mean, it's pouring rain too. And I'm like, I just was like this, like I looked over and I was just like, word. I just kept it like, damn, it's a long ass light. You know what I mean? Give a point. Like I was like, but if it was a brother that's standing there, I would have been like, oh, you good, brother? You know what I'm saying? Here, you know what I'm saying? Here, take this 20, man. All right, look, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And try to do at least get you something to eat, man. You know what I mean? Where you be able to go into a store and buy something, or sit up in McDonald's or something. You know what I'm saying? Because they try to kick you out when you ain't buying nothing. Right. But at least if you got a couple dollars, you can go in there and buy you a Big Mac meal and then sit in there for 8 hours and eating it. But she was sitting just like this, like looking at the ground, like not moving. I mean, the rain pouring down, and I just was like, man, you know what? I ain't got no more love left. You know what I'm saying? For nobody else but my brother and sisters, man. That's it. And if that means that I got to ride past this, you know what I'm saying? Because I know they probably got a lot of money off of that.
Hell yeah.
Sitting in the rain with a sign like, anything, I need food.
What's that song? Raindrops keep falling on my head?
Princess Masharat says some of them get rich off of that.
Shit like that, shit like that, shit like that, shit like that, shit like that.
Okay, so you said if your brother's great grandfather was Esau, does that make Esau my brother? Yes. Yes. I'll give you an example of that, huh?
I was gonna ask, did it matter what side? Because it had to be on the father's side, correct? Mm-hmm. Not the mother's side.
Right. Is it the father's side? Like, was your brother's Like, so, like, say he's your brother, but do y'all got two different dads? That's what I'm thinking. I'm assuming that y'all have two different fathers. So if y'all have two different fathers, and your father is Judah, or I'm not sure exactly, but if he's an Israelite, then you would be an Israelite. And if your brother's father on his side, if his grandfather and his father is Esau or whatever, then yeah, your brother would be Esau. I'll give an example. I'll give you an example to make it a little clear to you. Okay, so my daughter is an Israelite, right? But my daughter's mother got, after we broke up, she got with a Hamite from Nigeria, and they had a kid. So my daughter brother is a Hamite. So hopefully that'll make you understand. All right. All right. But it says, but whoso have the world's good, but see if his brother have need and shut up his bowels of compassion from him, how dwelleth the love of God in him? Meaning this, man, like, if you got it, like if there's a brother, like sometimes, you know, we know that our brothers, like, you know, come with different types of stuff. So, you know, like if you see that brother, man, he's in front of the liquor store, man, you know, not saying you got to be stupid or nothing like that, but sometimes, you know, it's okay. You know what I mean? That brother might be out there. And I remember I was walking into the liquor store one time and a brother was like, man, can I get $2, man? He was like, man, I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. I need something to drink. And I'm like, you know, come on, man, let me go grab you something to drink. You know what I'm saying? Because some brothers, they out in the streets all damn night. You know, they don't have nowhere to go. At least let the brother get drunk. You know what I mean? You know, and so it's no sweat with that. You know what I mean? Help the brother out if you can. And, you know, of course, don't be stupid every time you walk to the liquor store. He's trying to get something from you. But, you know, of course, use your discretion on how you want to handle it. And yeah, you're right. Some people do. They do get rich off of that. For you know, looking as sad as they can be. All right. All right.
Salaki, I just wanted to say one thing.
No, go ahead.
Today I saw, and I didn't know if it was a gimmick or not, because I seen it in, you know, on Instagram and like YouTube. It was a presser holding a sign that said, "We'll take verbal abuse for $1." Standing on the side of the road, and I'm like, this person can't be in no real turmoil to, you know, write a sign like that.
Yeah. That's
just a game or a gimmick. It has to be.
Yeah, it's probably like some sort of gimmick. You know, I seen a cat in, what's his name, man? I seen a cat on 42nd Street, and he was like, we'll rap. You know, he was like $1. He's like, we'll rap for $1. I mean, he was like, I was like, you know what? I threw something in there. I think I threw a 5 in there. He was like, a hip hop, the hip it. I mean, don't stop. I'm rocking to the day. I'm like, well, at least he's doing better than half of these rappers out here that ain't making nothing. He's actually making some money.
Right.
He's a paid rapper. I don't know. Right. All right. All right. Danisha Jones just came in the building.
Shit like that, shit like that, shit like that, shit like that, shit like that.
So yeah, hopefully Heavenly Father's house 616. Hopefully that answers your question about that. Let me get 1 John 4:20.
All right, I'm there.
Hold on. Oh yeah, 4:20. Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah. We'll end it out.
The book of 1 John, chapter 4, verse 20. If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, he is a liar. For he hath loveth not his brother, whom he hath seen.
Right, because, you know, a cat will get up and be like, you see rappers do it all the time. Like, a rapper would be like, they'd be like, yeah, you know, I just want to thank God, man. I just love, you know, Jesus Christ. You know, he my Lord and Savior. But nigga, every video is about an op that you just, you know what I mean, that you want to kill. You know what I'm saying? And it's just sad, man, how, you know what I'm saying, everybody is able to benefit off of our destruction. You know what I'm saying? They're able to benefit off of our destruction so much, man. And it's just bad. It's just awful how you know, we've gotten to this point. And then to have, you know what? And then, you know, what's so crazy is just, you know, sidebar is that, you know, there's people that's saying, because, you know, there's people out there right now saying that Joe Biden didn't do nothing for black people. And there's people out there really saying, well, you know, see, you know, he wasn't in office that long. See, he wasn't in office that long. So, you know, he ain't really have enough time to really do anything. I'm like, what are you talking about? This man got in there the first day and putting laws on the books for the LGBT. Right. This man got in there as soon as after that shooting, you know, that shooting, that those Asian people died.
Right.
They came up with the Asian hate bill, Asian hate, right? Stop Asian hate. They got a bill to make it a hate crime. When them 10 people got killed in Buffalo, what'd they say? We're praying for the people in Buffalo. You ain't getting no bill though. But we're praying for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's just crazy. He giving so much money to the Ukraine. It's just like, he might as well just start speaking Russian. You know what I mean? Ukrainian.
Right.
I mean, he got $40 billion plus. I mean, he let 100,000, you know, he let 100,000 Ukrainian refugees into America and welcomed them with open arms.
Right.
Welcomed the Afghans over here, right? Welcomed them with open arms. Right? And they turned the Haitians away, who was coming trying to seek asylum to get away from a horrible condition in their country. And he turned them away, sent them all back. See what I'm saying? Like he can do everything, and it's clear what he can do when he with the time that what he could have done in the time that he had to do it. And what did he tell everybody? If you don't vote for me, you ain't black, right? Right. And guess what? If black people are starting, well, they're not starting to see it. They're going to have to see it. Well, they're starting to see it, but some of them don't want to see it. And they're realizing that, you know, he's doing everything for everybody but black people. Right. All right. Keep reading.
He is a lot. I'll just take it from the top. I'm sorry. If a man say, I love God and hateth his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother, whom he hath seen. How can he love God whom he hath not seen?
Right, whom he have not seen. And there we go. You know what I mean? Like, you can't say that you love your brother, you love God and all that, but you hate your brother, man. You've never even seen God. You know what I mean? But you got all this love for somebody that you haven't seen. Then you really don't love the Lord. You really don't give a damn about none of that. You just really just hate your brother, and that's really the truth about everything. And so it's no need for us to even have to endure listening to your false, damn, empty statements. You know what I mean? That everybody say, not because they actually do it and they actually love their brother. They just do it because it just seems like it's the right thing to say.
Right.
All right. Any more online? Or we gonna go?
Nah, sir.
All right. No sweat. What's it? Jeremiah 49:8.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a precept. He said he used that for his brother turning back.
Flee, turn back, dwell deep, the inhabitants of Dedan, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him, the time that I will visit him. So, what actually is your question?
It's right above it, sir. The comment right above it. He's saying that's the precept he used for whatever that comment right above it says. He said he used that precept for that to show that his brother is all good if he turned back or something.
No, I wouldn't use that.
That's why
I wouldn't use that for turn back. So let me see. What could I use for turning back from the wickedness? But they bethink themselves. They would bethink. First Kings. If they would bethink themselves. It's high time to awake out of sleep. Put on the armor of light. Those would be the things that he would have to do to turn back from, as you say, wickedness, flee from wickedness. Oh, my phone died. Yeah, flee from wickedness. I think I'm about to.
I don't know if 2 Chronicles 6, 36 and 37.
What it say?
If they sin against thee, for there is no man which sinneth not, and thou be angry with them, and deliver them over before their enemies, and they carry them away captive unto a land far off or near. Yet if they bethink themselves in the land whither they are carried captive, and turn and pray unto thee in the land of their captivity, saying, we have sinned, we have done amiss, and have dealt wickedly. If they return to thee with all their heart and with all their soul in the land of their captivity, whither they have carried themselves captives, and pray toward their land, which thou gavest unto their fathers, and toward the city which thou hast chosen, and toward the house which I have built for thy name, then hear thou from the heavens, even from the dwelling place, their prayer and their supplications, and maintain their cause, and forgive thy people which have sinned against thee. Is that?
Yeah, that's actually, yeah. So you got to bethink yourself, meaning you got to turn, that brother got to turn back. What was that? Proverbs what?
That was 2 Chronicles 6, 36 through
2 Chronicles 6 and 36. That's what I would use for your brother. Shabbat would not say, so we are told to forgive our brother and sister over and over again, but do I have to be associated with that person if he have shown that they are towing the line with the laws? No, you don't have to be associated with that person. You know what I'm saying? No, look, the law is not made for you to be stupid. You know what I'm saying? If a person is constantly doing stuff to you, then the best thing for you to do is just stay away from them.
Right.
That's fine. They're your cousin. Hey, whoa, shalom.